This is the story of Lincoln Academy and the murder of Kathleen Smiley. In 1884, Miss Emily Pruden bought 50 acres of land from Dr. Francis Garrett, and they were called All Healing Springs, more commonly known today as the Crowder's Mountain, Gaston County area. The first building to be opened on the site was Pruden Hall, followed in 1888 by Lincoln Academy. The institute was a boarding school to educate poor and unprivileged African American girls, many of which graduated to become doctors, lawyers, and other professions. In 1955, Lincoln Academy was moved to Bessemer City, where it became Lincoln High School, and the original building at All Healing Springs was closed down. The senseless abduction and brutal murder of Kathleen Smiley and Lincoln Academy has haunted our lives through memory, and our children's through stories. For decades, everything from the ghost of Kathleen Smiley to a green or purple mist have been reported floating down the road or haunting the old cemetery a few hundred yards from where the school once stood. Kathleen Ruth Smiley, age 16, was known to her friends as Kathy. She was born in Florida on May 22, 1957, the middle daughter of Dale and Jacqueline Smiley. She was described by her neighbors as being friendly, well-spirited, fun to be with, someone who laughs and smiles at everyone. She was a real go-getter. The story I was told is that Kathy was kidnapped and taken to Lincoln Academy. She was raped. She was tied to a tree. Her female body parts were dismembered, and she was just brutally tortured. And they say that today she is still out there roaming the area of Lincoln Academy, and that her spirit remains there as a tortured soul. Kathy was seen walking down an access road near a Shell service station in Atlanta about 10:15 a.m. The Volkswagen was parked close by with the blinker lights on. Between 10 a.m. and noon, Kathy was seen at the Shell service station in the Volkswagen with both Wallace Lanford and Pinckney Mitchell. Nothing unusual occurred at that time. On the same day, Wallace and Pinckney and Kathy arrived in Gaston County in the Volkswagen. They picked up Rafferty, who got in the back seat with Kathy. They drove into a wooded area, and Mitchell said to Kathy, "This is it." Kathy was taken down into the woods, and Mitchell had sexual relations with her, while Lanford waited at the car. Then Lanford went down and had sexual relations with her. Afterwards, they drove towards Crowder's Mountain, and Rafferty got out of the car at a stop sign. The body of Kathy was found later at about 5 p.m. on the same day at the site of the old Lincoln Academy, which is near Crowder's Mountain. She had been gagged with an electrical cord and her dead body tied to a tree. She had been stabbed many times in the neck, the heart, and other parts of the body. Pinckney said that on April 21st, 1974, he was in Atlanta with Wallace. They were taking dope and drinking and planned to hitchhike to Gaston County. They observed a girl walking up the road and engaged her in conversation. She said that she had done dope before and wanted some more, and that her automobile was out of gasoline. Defendant Lanford went to a filling station and got a can of gasoline. Later, she directed them to a place to get dope, but no one was there. Thereupon, she said that she had some in the dashboard. They smoked marijuana and drank some whiskey. Mitchell asked Kathy to take them to North Carolina. She agreed on the condition that they buy her some gasoline. She placed a telephone call to her mother before leaving. Pinckney stated that in addition to smoking grass and drinking some liquor on that day, he had also taken some THC and cocaine. He said he seduced Kathy on the way back to North Carolina. Upon arriving in Gaston County, they went to the Lincoln Academy area and again had sexual intercourse. Pinckney then asked her to commit oral sex on him, and she refused. Pinckney knocked her to the ground, grabbed her by the hair, and stabbed her repeatedly. About that time, Wallace Lanford came up from behind and grabbed him. He told Wallace to leave him alone, and in a fit of anger threw Wallace to the ground, hitting him 3 or 4 times. Wallace got up and ran away. Just before leaving, Wallace said, "Don't cut me." Pinckney said that the next thing he remembers, he was carrying the girl's dead body up through the woods. He was on dope and was seeing things. He tied Kathy to a tree in a sitting position. Shortly thereafter, Pinckney told Wallace he had killed the girl. Wallace said, "I know you are crazy enough to kill me, but I don't believe you killed that girl." Later, Pinckney said that he did not remember killing her, but he had blood all over him and she was dead. That night he went back and burned the car. Lanford was present. Pinckney said that he had sexual relations with Kathy, but that Wallace Lanford did not touch her and had nothing to do with the killing. Pinckney also denied conversations with others who had testified against him. And still this day, Lincoln Academy remains haunted.